What's up, YouTube? Musty Hobbit back again, and I have some pickups that I wanted to show off to you here. And these all came via the Iowa Retro Gamer Nation, again, the Facebook group that I'm a big part of. And in fact, the way that things went down had a lot of connectivity with a fellow YouTuber who goes by the channel 8-Bit Leprechaun. So thank you in advance of all of this for sending these things my way, or for I'll tell the story about the one game in particular. But he sent me a box of Xbox games, a couple that he had found on his hunts to Goodwill and thrift shops and things like that. So I was expecting two of them. He actually threw a third in there, which coincidentally was one that I happen to already have, but that was AMF Bowling 2004. I know that there are a couple of AMF games for the original Xbox, but this will be, again, one that we'll see how much I play. I tend to lean toward either the Wii Bowling or Kinect Bowling. Those tend to be the ones that at least are a little bit more involved for me, but thank you for sending this bonus fry in with what you sent. The other two games are both system exclusives, so I'm happy to have those. And I believe they were both fairly early titles as well. The first of which now completes a series. There were two of these games on the Xbox, but this is the first one. This is called Nightcaster, which is the first of the two. The second game is called Nightcaster 2 Equinox, and I have that one already. So we now have that. Looks to be sort of, from what I can tell, kind of a third-person action style game, perhaps dungeon crawly a little bit. So again, pretty good copy. I always like when they come with the old ads. Since this was a first-party title, they tend to show off a lot of artwork and pictures from other titles, Munch's Odyssey, Bloodwig, Azuric, Nightcaster, Fusion Frenzy, some of the sports titles, and there's even an ad for Kung Fu Chaos right there as well, and Brute Force there. So always nice to have those. And then I've lately seen more people storing them by putting that piece in front of the manual to, I guess, put less pressure on the manual. I guess that's the thing. So, Nightcaster. And then the third, which is a game that I first heard of off of the Rare Replay. It is one of the 30 games that is on that edition, which I have picked up for the Xbox One. This is, again, one of the few rare titles that I have yet to play, but it is grabbed by the Ghoulies. And I've heard this one has some unique controls that take a little bit of time to get used to, but I'm looking forward to really kind of sinking into this. No manual on this one, but that is okay. The nice thing is you're starting to get to that point where these games all had manuals online, and pretty much everyone has transposed a manual or has a scanned version of it to some extent. So, two new Xbox titles, one duplicate. Now, what I had worked out with 8-Bit Leprechaun on that, because I didn't want it to be a one-sided trade. There was something that I saw that got posted by Tim, who I've done some deals with in the past. He was trying to sell a complete in-box Super Nintendo game. It was a game that I needed, but I don't really collect for boxes. That's not really my thing. So I talked through things with 8-Bit Leprechaun, who needed the box and manual. And so what we ended up doing is I paid for a portion of the manual, or the box and manual, for him, in which case he sent me these, and then I got the cart from Tim. And so this was a Cartridge Club game a few months back. Coincidentally, it is one of Nestromancer's favorite games. For that, I learned that from the podcast itself. So the music that I'm highlighting here is some of his. So thank you, Nesromancer, for letting me utilize some of your music. It's something that I hope brings a little bit more oomph to the channel. So the game itself is Secret of Evermore. It's a Squaresoft RPG, but it was Western produced, so it was never released in Japan, which is, I believe this is the only one that ever fell into that category. Plays similarly, from what I've heard, to Secret of Mana. Has the same kind of item select wheel and those sorts of things, but I have not spent much time with it at this point. If you are interested, go check out the Cartridge Club. They do have a podcast on this game, and I'm sure they'd be able to, if you are interested. It's also not overly expensive. It is one of the Squaresoft RPGs that isn't going to break the bank. So, but thank you, Tim. Thank you, 8-Bit Leprechaun, for all of this. I am highly appreciative. One other thing that has popped up, I have expressed in the past my involvement or my interest in Nintendo Quest. I am a Patreon backer for their GamerCast podcast, and as a thank you to all of the Patreon donors, they have been recently putting out their Power Tour, which is sort of the ongoing exploits of the group as they are demoing the movie, or not demoing, but as they're screening the movie in all these different locations. And so they sent out, I got a Blu-ray copy of the Power Tour, which is the 8 episodes that they have aired on YouTube, but then there's a 9th episode that now I have, and unless you also happen to have gotten one of the discs, this is the one place to see it. So thank you to Rob, Jay, Glenn. I continue to back you guys because I'm supportive of the work you do, and the nice little thank yous that you guys are able to throw out there are much appreciated. That's about it for me today. I will be dropping my video for the Midwest Gaming Classic and my pickups for that relatively soon, so you should expect to see that probably within the next, well, I don't want to put a time on it, but you'll see it soon. And then I expect more good things to come out of the channel. So thanks for coming by. It's great to have you. Feel free to leave me a comment. What rare title, not rare as in hard to find, but rare as in the developer, is your favorite? For me, I am a big fan of Perfect Dark. That seemed to hit right in my wheelhouse, and it was one that I put a lot of time into. But what's yours? What's your favorite rare game? So leave a comment. Feel free to like, and if you aren't subscribed and you want to hear more from me, I'd appreciate that as well. But that'll be it for me for now. I've been Musty. Take care of yourself. Be good to each other.